Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to episode 236 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Siobhan.
How we doing?
Fantastic, very tired. My name is Exhausted Kev today, but if this is the first time you're seeing, hearing, or listening to us, this is the Two Player Co-op Podcast, where just about every week two brothers get together to tell you everything you need to know about in the world of video games. If you like that, make sure to like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends, family, and everyone in Betwixt. If you only listen on audio services around the globe, that's cool. Just still go over to YouTube, drop the like, drop the sub, drop the share. I got confused there. Rhymes. And I've told you this 100 times.
Also rhymes.
But leave a 5-star review if it's in your purview.
What's a purview?
I don't know. I was just trying to rhyme. If you really like us, you can go to patreon.com/2playercoop. Just like our producers, Steve Appleton, Aunt Sue, Vernon Slayton, and Dustin Downs did, as well as our affiliates, James Solar and Sarah Solar. If you like merch, by the way, shout out, well, first, teespring.com/store/2playercoop, like some of y'all did. I got this new shirt from The Completionist.
That looks a lot like our logo.
He did it first.
Did he, though?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay. Well.
Gerard the Completionist on YouTube is just one of the most wholesome, awesome dudes that there is. He just completed his 400th game, along with like 100 that he's recompleted because of drama with a guy he started the business with. Don't bail on me. And the 400th game was Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh.
And it was like an hour, 10-minute long episode. I was like, I don't care about this game. I watched it for about 20 minutes and I was falling asleep. So I was like, Gerard, I love you, but I just can't.
Yeah.
But he put out special T-shirts for episode 100, 200, 300, 400, all variations of Nintendo controllers and stuff. So I think they're all sold out now, but I just got mine today. I pre-ordered it and it's very nice. Sean.
Very nice.
You had something that you wanted to discuss.
Something that I wanted to discuss. A pretty active thing on Twitter last week.
Oh, God.
Where, as far as I can tell, unless I missed it, you were shockingly silent about. I never saw any kind of...
I wasn't on Twitter a lot, so maybe I missed it.
Maybe that's why. Greg's poll. I think it was Greg. About more popular IP, Sonic or Zelda.
My problem is that I use Echofon mostly because their lists are so easy to get to, and they don't show the Twitter polls. But I saw your tweets, and I liked them, and I saw you and Bernardo and everything. I hate doing this, but I do see both sides.
And I do too. But I think, so my issue is... You literally asked which is more popular.
On your side, yes.
You put it to a popular vote, and then you complain about the one that ended up being more popular. Like, you've already lost all credibility to me at that point. Now, what Bernardo says, and I get it, I guess when they talked about it on whatever episode it was, they talked about it in a slightly different way than the way the question was worded. And I can't, at this point, I've already forgotten what Bernardo said, but it was more about, like, recognizability or something like that. And I'm like, it says popular. And popular literally means not just known, but liked. And some random person, I'm not even going to try to find it now, that replied, I don't know if it was a comment directly on the poll.
By the way, do we even say what we're talking about? Zelda versus Sonic.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, as far as more popular IP. One of the comments on it from some random guy was something like, the kid who pees his pants in the hallway might be more well known now than one of the football players, but that doesn't mean he's more popular. And I'm like, thank you. Not that Sonic is a kid that pees his pants. I love Sonic. I love Zelda. I've gotten really no dog in this fight. I think it's Zelda.
Yeah.
And the poll agrees with me.
And I never saw if Bernardo followed followed up with what he was doing to his Instagram thing of what's this guy's name? This guy's
I never
name.
saw what the results were. No.
But like, I get it that some people might see Link and just think his name is Zelda, which is really, you got to be pretty dumb to think that, because not that Link is really like a name, but like Zelda's clearly a female name.
But like,
I get that Sonic had a movie.
A pretty good movie. Sonic had Sonic Mania, a pretty good game.
And then like 25 horrible games.
Yeah.
Which have
Zelda
made him
has
infamous.
Zelda has had very few, if any, swings and misses.
The CDI games, which I would say don't even count. And to me, just my personal opinion, the touchscreen games. Even the multiplayer games, I can see the merit in them. Because like, if we were to do a Let's Play of Triforce Heroes or something with our two 3DSs, we would probably have so much fun.
Yeah.
But
anyways, anybody watching, comment below. Let us know. What are your thoughts on which is the more popular IP? Take that however you will. But the question, as it was posed, was which is the more popular IP, Zelda or Sonic? If y'all aren't active on Twitter or not, you don't follow the Kind of Funny guys, you may not have seen it. Comment below. Let us know your thoughts. I'd love to hear them.
Also, but I do agree with the basis of your argument. You do a popular vote to say which is more popular, and Zelda wins 2-1, right? It was 60-something to 30-something.
Yeah. And then people are like, well, this is stupid because blah, blah, blah. I'm like...
I will say, though, Greg...
you asked the question.
I don't think it's just like video game people follow Greg. He has gotten so big that it's not just... Kind of Funny has gotten to be so much more than just video game stuff, which is honestly one of the reasons I really don't care about them anymore. You got people that follow them for pop culture, movies, stupid fun clips that aren't funny at all, and like other stuff. So it's not like it's just like someone who is a major video game person that only has video game people following them that ask the question. It's
well,
Greg.
It would be like asking, and this just came to my head since I'm like, what's another community? I'm like, okay, wrestling. The closest thing, I don't mean to whatever. It would be like asking who's the more popular wrestler, Hulk Hogan or, I don't know, AJ Styles. AJ Styles probably is going to win that. Doesn't mean he's more well-known than Hulk Hogan.
Right.
In no stretch of the imagination is he. I'm going to guess AJ's winning that because not a lot of people really like Hulk Hogan. Right. Doesn't mean he's more well-known, but he's probably more well-liked, therefore popular. So that's my thoughts on the matter. Just wanted to get that out there. But yeah, I'm curious what y'all think. So comment below.
I will allow it. I'm so tired. We went to, the wife and I went to the Grizzlies game last night, Monday night, as we're recording this Tuesday night late. Sorry. Thank you for understanding. It didn't go that well, but man, it was fun. We had around, I guess, 10,000 people in the FedEx Forum. We were up in the nosebleed seats, and I couldn't care less. It was so fun. It's like I was telling Dad this morning. It's like every time the Grizz would get within like 2 or 3 points, it'd be like, here we go. Here's a 3 to
then all of a
tie or
sudden
take
it's like
the
a
lead.
10-point game again.
They miss, go down to the other end. The Jazz hit a 3, and then it's just like every time. I'm like, I'm not playing in this game, and my back keeps getting broken watching this. Like, I cannot imagine what it's like to be a player and just be like, you can't ever just say to yourself, we're done, we have no chance. But in the back of your head, you know, like, we ain't winning this game.
But what's weird during that game, and I'm guessing it was maybe like halftime. Yeah, it was probably, it may have literally been halftime. Maybe it was when they were coming back and about to start the third quarter. And I'm watching that game, and all I'm thinking of is like, what are we supposed to do? Like, they don't miss.
And we can't make a shot.
That? Yeah. The stats they showed at that time, whenever it was, again, I think it was halftime, Grizzlies shooting 48%, Jazz 46%. So they do miss. I think the Jazz were like 10 of 19. Well, but they were 10 of 19 from 3 at that time, which that's over 50%. That's still pretty good, even though it seems like they make 80% of them. But I'm like, they miss a lot. I mean, not a lot. They miss plenty.
They don't miss the open shots. The Grizzlies missed basically every open three they had, and it was just so frustrating. And they got either way. What is the saying I told Mom and Dad? It's not that it's better to have loved than lost, whatever it was. It's smile because it happened. Don't be sad because it's whatever the hell that is. That quote, like
smile because it happened. Don't be sad that it's over.
Smile because it happened.
Yeah, whatever that is.
That was me last night. I'm like,
I don't even care. They're done. I mean, they're not going to win 3 in a row.
We weren't
including 2 in Utah. Like
we weren't supposed to even make the playoffs this year.
No.
So the fact that we're even in this position gives me so much hope for the future, and it was so much fun being there with 10,000 crazy Grizzly fans with all their crazy chants about how Rudy Gobert started COVID, and I'm sure if you watch the game, you could hear "ref, you suck" multiple times, I would guess, because the refs were horrible. But it was a blast, and this was my...
Hey, Jenkins finally challenged a call.
And he
didn't win,
But again, and also, I hope everybody had a good Memorial Day. I don't like saying Happy Memorial Day because it kind of goes against what it's about, but I hope you had a good Memorial Day weekend with your family and friends and everything. We did. Also, Friday was my 16th anniversary, so we went out for a nice dinner. We had a cookout Sunday. I had the Grizzlies game yesterday.
Was that lobster mac and cheese I saw in the picture?
Yes, it was. Oh, and I got the surf and turf. I got the 6-ounce filet with a lobster tail. My allergies were like, I can't breathe. And I was like, I don't care. Give me all the lobster. So it was a good, and even though they didn't win, it was a good, and then we went out to dinner in Midtown first. We went to local. We met Amanda there and her dad. So we got dinner there, headed downtown, and it was just awesome to be there.
Yeah.
I think next time I go to a Grizzlies playoff game, I won't just be happy to be there. I think at the next one, I'd be like, we're supposed to be here. Let's freaking go.
Well, yeah, and I was thinking about that the other day. Like, I'm kind of with you in that, I look at it as, we're playing with house money right now. We shouldn't even have been here. It's all gravy. We made the playoffs. That's awesome. We overachieved. But now, fair or unfair, they've set that bar.
Yeah.
There's now an expectation next year that I'm not saying they're going to win it all. I'm not even saying that they're going to be great, but
let's get a 4.
They've set the expectation now that they belong.
Yes.
And they need to follow through with it. So
Agreed.
We'll see. I'm excited for the future, though. Good time to be a Grizzly fan.
James, no, that's not what I was talking about, but I will here when we get to item number 1 on the news list. Sean.
Yes.
Did you play anything this week?
I have only played a little bit more Resident Evil. This Platinum...
Is it going to break you?
It's no, like, Bloodborne or Hollow Knight yet. But this mercenary crap is difficult. I did watch another video. So I finally beat the one that I'd been stuck on, but I didn't get the S rank. I only got an A. But an A was at least enough to open up the next one, which I haven't even tried yet. So I don't know. I happened to see another video on that one, and it looked like it was maybe a little bit more straightforward the way they were doing it. So I'm like, I guess I can try that next time, but it's so frustrating. These stupid mercenary things. And I don't say I hate them. I just never really cared about it. I never got too into them in like the previous games that they've had that mode in. And if I hadn't just decided I'm going to go for the platinum on this, I probably wouldn't even have played it in this one. But now I'm like, I'm hooked now. And I feel like I've come so far, I've got to get this platinum. It's tough. It's so frustrating.
Is that all you have left is mercenaries?
Basically. I technically still need to beat the game with only a knife, but I'm not.
Wait, there's a trophy for that? How do you fight some of these bosses that are like...
So the final boss fight,
okay,
where you have to
What about the first
shoot,
one?
There's only 2
How do you
boss
even
fights.
attack it?
When it comes back. You just
when it
weather
like
the
crashes?
storm when it's... Wait, which one? You're talking in
the flying thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just... I don't know. I'm guessing you just weather the storm while it's flying around, wait for it to come back, and then...
Do you get a powerful knife? Holy crap.
Well, so that's what I was saying. If somehow I can get SS on every mercenaries level, I unlock the lightsaber, which I don't know. I still haven't looked up the stats to see, like, is it more powerful than the knife, or is it just, like, basically a different skin? But the game is really easy on easy.
Yeah.
And I've got so much
especially
money.
when you played it 5 times.
Well, right. I've got so much money. I could have just about unlimited first aid at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I've done all of my upgrades. So, like, when I block, nothing, like, it may be annoying, but I don't think it's going to be challenging. And I can just speed run. I know how to speed run this game now. Yeah. I'll just run past all the enemies. It's really just the bosses, which I don't know. I feel like I said, as long as I've got enough first aid to survive, I can just...
The one isn't even a boss fight. The second one.
Correct.
And so the frog...
The factory boss fight is one where you have to,
Oh, that. No, I was thinking the stronghold.
Yeah. The factory boss. Oh, that's gonna suck. But the factory boss fight. Miss.
Then you hit the red dot. Right.
The red dot. Oh,
on the back of him.
Oh, him. No, I'm talking the final boss.
Right.
But like, so that where you have to shoot.
Yeah.
That's okay. And the final boss, like the final, I don't want to call it a cutscene, but like what happens right before you beat the final boss, they basically make you shoot. Like you have. So I think those are the 2 places in the game where you can use an actual weapon.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't think it's going to be that bad, but I'm just not even going to mess with it until I do mercenaries. But I don't know. And there's 8. There's 4. So there's Village, Castle, Factory, Mad Village is the last one I unlocked, which I think is just when you go back at the end of the game. Oh. I think that's that setting where everything's with dark and on
him.
That I don't know. Okay. I think it's just that setting where it's dark and everything's on fire or whatever. And then there's Village 2, Castle 2, Factory 2, Mad Village 2. And the only thing I've seen from the brief thing that I looked up, just because I went all the way to the end, the last one is Mad Village 2. And I was looking up a quick walkthrough of it just to see how bad it looked. And all I know is that ends with the final boss of the game. Like, that's in Mad Village 2. So that's how it ends. And, like, so much of this high score stuff is keeping your streak alive. And I think that's where I get screwed up, because I'll go into a room full of enemies. And I'm like, kill them all. And then I'm like,
you're waiting.
Crap.
And you
where
lose
do I go?
Yeah.
So in those cases, I need to think ahead. And like, if there's 4 guys, kill 3 of them. And then on my way out of the room, kill the last one and then run. So I've got that much more time to kill before I kill the next guy to try to keep the streak alive.
There is no way in hell I would even think about this platinum.
Yeah. I mean, I never would have thought that it's something I would have gone for.
Right.
But I love the game so much that just by playing through it so many times, all of a sudden I'm like, what else? Okay, what are these achievements? Let me start trying to knock them out. And,
well, it's like me with the old school, the God of War, the Challenge of the Gods, or Olympus, whatever it was, those arena things. So I get it. Just with this game and all those, no.
But yeah, that's all I've played, and I've made very little progress on it.
Well, I haven't played anything this week, but that's okay. I'm going to play 2 games next week before we do our E3 predictions, so I cannot wait for that. We'll talk about that at the end of the podcast. PS Plus. But it's okay that I haven't played anything because we have so much to talk through this week. We basically just had pre-E3 already. We had E3 Part 1 already. So, Sean, you want to get to the news?
Let's do it.
All right, Sean. Number 1 on the news item list is Horizon Forbidden West, the state of play we had. And before we get to everything in the game, James, this is what you're asking about. This stupid Aloy isn't a supermodel thing that was happening over the weekend. I wasn't really on Twitter Sunday or Monday because I was trying to put up a stupid volleyball net, and then I was barbecuing a shoulder, and then yesterday I was cleaning up from all that. I was getting ready to go to the Grizzlies game and everything, and I just kind of got on Twitter a little bit, and I was like, what the hell is happening? Aloy is one of my scratch that. Of all of the new characters that we saw in video games, at least on PlayStation, because I didn't play Xbox games, of all the new characters we got on PlayStation 4 in the last generation, Aloy is so far and away my favorite character that it's not even close. That Aloy is awesome. Aloy doesn't have to be in a post-apocalyptic world made to be some supermodel or something. And she's not ugly. And also, she's a fictional character. And if you play video games that have females as main characters where your only thing is like, like you're just one of these Lady Dimitrescu peep that are just like, you get off on this stuff, reevaluate yourself. Aloy is such a strong, determined, awesome, confident, freaking female character. And I think her look is awesome. I talked on, I don't even know how, I would love to count how many podcasts I mentioned Aloy's hair. Mm-hmm. Because it was probably 10 to 12 that year. Her from the lead up until the launch and then game of the year and stuff, I probably talked about her hair every time. Everything about her is awesome. She has an awesome look. She's a complete badass. And for someone to go out there, and I hate this kind of stuff when it happens because I was like, why? It's like Bernardo was tweeting yesterday, I think. What day is it? Yeah, yesterday. Stop giving these people air. Don't give them the light of day. This guy is a nobody who makes a dumb take on Twitter. Completely, and I feel you could say I'm talking about Colin, but whatever. This was not Colin, but I can see some of you people that are supposed to be my friends getting ready to say stuff. But you make a completely dumb take on Twitter with a photoshopped image of some super fake model that's supposed to be in a post-apocalyptic world that is just like all made up and perfect cheek lines and smiling and like. There's no way I would want to play Horizon Zero Dawn if that's what Aloy looked like. I guess is what it comes down to. Like, what are your thoughts on all this controversy, which I think is the dumbest thing I've ever. It's not even. We give so much air to these stupid idiots that it just pisses me off, Sean.
I think that's what I'm more annoyed about. I'm sick of seeing it and hearing about it at this point. It's a stupid take by some nobody. And like, to some extent, I get being upset about it, but for the love of God, why can't we just be like, "What? That's a dumb take," and then just be done with it? Like you said, why do we need to keep just giving them more attention, which is what they want? Yes. Like, just stop.
And
already.
Also, he said Aloy should look like the average woman, and then this picture, that is not an average woman. Like, it's just like. It's just so frustrating. Yeah. And it takes away, like, Aloy's design, to me, is perfect. They freaking nailed it. It makes so much sense for this world. She's a complete badass, and I wouldn't have her any other way.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right. So now the game. Holy crap. I went back and watched it again today on this. 2160, whatever, 60. And I was like, because when I watched it first on my TV, I don't think I was getting the best quality on the stream. And I was like, this is so cool, but I don't really know that this looks next gen. And then when I went back and watched it today, where I was getting my full 4K and everything, I was like, I completely flip-flopped to where I'm like, how is this going to run on PS4? And by the way, like James might have mentioned on a certain podcast, Sacred Symbols Plus, like if they can't even get Returnal running on PS5 consistently, how are games like... This is why I am so sick of all this every game should come to PS4 crap. I am sorry. This is literally... this has never been a thing before. This is never, ever, ever... no one ever got a Super Nintendo and said, why can't I play Super Mario World on my NES? No one got the N64 and said, why can't I play Mario 64 on my Super Nintendo? No one got GameCube and said, why can't I play Twilight Princess? I know that, or Wind Waker, that's a better example, on my, I lost track, N64. No one got a PS2 and said, or no one had a PS1. PS2 comes out and they're like, why can't I play Grand Theft Auto 3 on my PS1? No one got a PS3 and said, why can't I play Metal Gear Solid 4 on my PS2? This is the first generation where this has been a freaking thing. No one got an Xbox 360 and said, why can't I play Halo 3 on my original Xbox?
Yeah.
This is the first generation where this has been a thing, and frankly, I'm so effing sick of hearing about it. We are so entitled as gamers now. I am so sick of this crap. There are generations for a reason, and I hate that Sony just went, well, I know we said we believe in generations, but now this is coming to this, and everything's coming back except Ratchet, and hopefully, God, please don't let God of War be a last-gen game. As impressive as this is, just imagine if they didn't have to scale it back for PS4 also. And also, I kind of lost what I was saying there, but they can't get Returnal running on a PS5. What makes you think they're going to get Forbidden West running on a PS4? If you have a base PS4 and you want to play Forbidden West, how the hell is that going to work?
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know enough about game development, but I also kind of feel, and maybe I'm way off base here, but it's just annoying. As beautiful as it looks, and again, it goes back to the whole be happy that it happened, not sad that whatever. But part of me wants to know, what could this game have looked like if they didn't need to make it so that it could run on PS4? Now, maybe that's stupid. I don't know. Maybe it would look identical if they never even thought about that. Maybe they're like, let's make it on PS5, and then what do we need to do to get it to also work on PS4? I don't know. Maybe that's the way it's done, but yeah, I agree. I don't know. And I understand there are people that would love to have a PS5 and just
But it's
can't.
that way with every. It was that way with the PS4.
I agree.
I'm so sick of this entitlement. It is so stupid. Xbox, it's one thing because they have just said Xbox is a family of consoles. That's different. PlayStation, they laid the gauntlet down way back before this thing came out and said we believe in generations, and now they don't. Yeah. They friggin' better believe in them when it comes to God of War. And I think they will. I mean, the fact that Ratchet, obviously that was only possible on a PS5. But I'm glad they didn't try to do some, when you go into a rift, you just go into a...
You just float
while it loads, and then you go into the world. Something like that. I'm glad they didn't do that, and I think they'll do that with God of War 5. Well, yeah, 5 and 2. 10, whatever it is. I lose track of how many there are. All right, so what did you think overall of the state of play? Other than it just being... I think this is the prettiest game I think I've ever seen. At least in this very self-contained demo. Beautiful.
It looks beautiful. I'm very much looking forward to it. I don't mean to... It looks like how I expected it to be fair. I mean, it looks beautiful, but it better. We're on PS5 now. It looks how I expected it to. I don't know. It delivered. I'm happy it did. It's hard to say until I see it, and I'm controlling it. But yeah, it looks like it may be the prettiest game ever. So
it's, to me, what it comes down to is it looks like it's more Horizon, which is really all I wanted.
Exactly. Yeah.
It looks like when you see the very small glances of the weapon wheel and stuff, it looks like you've got more options for your different arrows and stuff. The spear combat looked better.
Oh yeah.
When she's doing, and they said at the end that you can unlock different combos. You got the grappling hook, the pull caster. You've got the what do they call it? The shield wing.
Oh yeah.
It is funny. So they didn't just make it Horizon : Breath of the Wild, but they went kind of halfway. You can't climb everything, but you can hit your little focus, which you've got from the beginning, which is good, which makes sense. But you hit the focus, you can see where you can jump to and everything. The polecaster looks like if I'm getting my ass kicked. Oh my God, these new raptor things.
Yeah.
Claw strikers. Does that sound right? Something like that?
Something like that. Yeah.
They have chainsaws for a bottom jaw. 2 chainsaws going... That tremor tusk, how are they going to do that? That was the one point when it got to that part in the demo, I was like, I don't know how you do this on PS5 with everything falling off of it and or on PS4, sorry, with everything falling off the top of it, like the mount or whatever they had made on its back and everything. And everything is falling apart, and you see every individual piece of wood falling. All these destructible environments and stuff. She's got like sticky grenades now that she can launch on the thing, and it ties it down. Which I think I would like that a lot better than the
bolo thing.
Not even the bolo. What was it? Just the rope caster? What was the thing where you could shoot a trip caster? Maybe no, that was the traps. There's a thing where you could shoot them and tie them down, which I never really used that much. Yeah. Aloy's hair looks amazing.
Do you agree that it looks better? Because I
do now. Okay. Yeah, but when you said it, I was like, it can't look better. I was just really being stupid. But when she went underwater, I was like, are you kidding me?
That is my one. It seems. I hope they do not overdo the water. True? No, I just hope they don't overdo the water stuff.
You don't want a water temple.
There's never been a fun game, James. I didn't man-eater. There's never been a fun game that has been water focused. If you ask me, I don't.
But even the games that have water,
swimming is not a big part of this game.
Even like Metal Gear Solid 2, I love that game. The absolute worst part of that game is trying to swim through the wreckage with Emma on your back, and you don't know which way is which. Your controls suck.
That's my one kind of concern about this game, is both in the trailer and now in this gameplay demo. And maybe they're just like, look how beautiful underwater looks. And okay, if you want to show it off, that's great, but I hope that's not like a focal point of this game.
I hope you get the Star Wars rebreather thing the entire time. I hope it's not something you have to upgrade. Yeah. Because then that makes the water even worse. The thing at the end, it sounded like they were saying Aloy has this rebreather thing, so you can swim under as long as you want. Yeah. So I hope that's true. It was good to see Aaron. It was good to see the mention of somebody mentioned her old tribe, or the Aaron's thing. Well, Erasmus, it was something like that. They mentioned the old tribe, and I was like, I remember that from the old game. That's good. I like that. The stealth looked better. The melee looked better. Oh, she can do the Valor Surge, where she's like, this big dude, this big brute is about to kill her, and then she takes out like a Duracell battery and goes. She's got smoke grenades now. It is funny that they still do the whole Aloy talks to herself like, oh, I gotta get out of here. Yeah. Her animations look much better in the cutscenes. That was the one complaint I had with the first game. Oh, yeah, she overrides the claw raptor strider thing at the end, and she's riding that when she goes to fight the mammoth tusk. What's it called? Tremor tusk. Yeah.
And I like that they're raptors, but they're like
they're
Utah
not the
raptors.
Watchers. Yes.
But they're clearly raptors, but they're big.
And they've clearly got the claw. Oh, yeah, and at the end of the trailer, I picked up on this the second time I watched it. Aaron says to her, you always said a storm was coming. And she says, yeah, and it's almost here. Dun, dun, dun. I'm like, do you think this is coming out this year? I thought it was super weird that they didn't at least say late 2021. But
that's what we're like. You don't want to say 22, and then all of a sudden come back and be like, oh, wait, it is going to be ready in 21.
And you also don't want to say September 1st, and then you're like, we got to delay it till November.
But it worries me that they didn't even say 21.
Yeah.
Because you can say 21, and then you can hone it in a little bit. You can say Q4 21. Then you can say November 21. Like, you just keep focusing in on it. But the fact that they didn't even say 21 worries me.
Yeah.
So I'm not convinced. No.
I think they said, well, you got it pulled up right there. What did the tweet say after it about the release date?
We don't have an exact release date yet, but development is on track, and we'll have an update for you very soon.
See, to me, we'll talk about it next week with E3 prediction stuff. Now, development is on track. They have said previously that this game's coming out in 2021. They have said it. So that, to me, means development is on track for release in 2021.
Yeah. But say that then.
I know.
Like, I don't know. I'm not going to hold my breath.
Well, Sony has quite the history.
It may come out in 21, but I'm not. I'm just expecting it to be early 22. And if it comes out this year, then I'll be pleasantly surprised.
Sony has quite the history with delaying games. I think they delayed The Last of Us Part 2 4 or 5 times, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
So nothing would surprise me, but I think it's coming out. I like that you can free climb in certain spots. The Pullcaster, Shield Wing, we talked about that. The Diving Mask, Valor Surges. Yeah, and then they did say you can upgrade your weapons at workbenches, which sounded very much like The Last of Us to me. Yeah, please. I hope this comes out this year. Anything else you want to add on Horizon Forbidden West?
No, I think we covered it.
James said his ideal game would automatically kill you when you step in water.
That would be, yes. Yep.
Even Mario. Water in Mario is not good. By the way, my voice sucks. Again, I was yelling at the Grizzlies last night.
There are games that handle water fine.
Yeah.
But anything like... Oh, God. Ocarina Water Temple, in hindsight, it's not that bad.
Especially on 3DS.
The Majora Water Temple.
Again, not as bad on the 3DS.
That's the one with it's all pipes, right?
Super confusing, but I did it.
I remember hating that.
Yeah.
I don't remember Twilight Princess. How's that water temple?
That's the one with the slides where you got to line the slides up. But that's
it's
all
like
I
the
remember.
big rotating
twist the whole
staircase
thing.
looking thing. See, I don't think that one's that bad. But it's like water, but I don't think it's necessarily a lot of underwater. It's like, yeah, there's running water,
Correct.
but it's not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a little worried, but
it will be interesting if they do something, which I don't think they will because it's so open world. If they did kind of try to do what Breath of the Wild didn't and actually put pseudo dungeons into this. I mean, Breath of the Wild, I'm not saying Breath of the Wild didn't have them. I'm just saying they only had 4. If it and this all takes place in San Francisco and everything, I assume that's what it was. Oh, that was the other cool thing when she's looking at the map with Aaron and you can see that I think it was kind of where Alabama would be. You can see when they pull out the map that it's like the water is taken over.
Oh, yeah.
And then California where they're looking, it does not look like California and stuff. So that was cool. Kind of makes all the tropical stuff somewhat make sense, I guess. Because I was trying to think back to the story of the first one. Everything went bad. Spoiler alert for 5 seconds. Everything went bad. Everything died. The robots brought everything back to life. And now this is the world, right?
Yeah.
So I guess they could cultivate it however, but I mean, it's still not a tropical, but I mean, who knows? They might have terraformed it like Zod. Who knows?
Right.
All right. Easily my most anticipated game for the rest of this year. Please, God, I hope it comes out. Next up, Sony had a presentation this week, Sony for their investors and stuff, and a lot of stuff came out of this, and we will now discuss it as such. The first thing I noted here is that this presentation showed that Uncharted 4 is planned to release on PC. I'm not going to be the Sony. I love Sony. I am a Sony fanboy. I am the good version of a Sony fanboy. I'm not just going to defend, if you've listened to this podcast. Some people interpret fanboy to just be you will defend them to no end no matter what evidence you are given. I am not that. I love Sony. I love their games, but I will call them out whenever I need to. I'm not going to be one of these people that's like, how can these games come to PC 5 years after they came to PS4? I'm not going to get mad about that.
Yeah, part of me is like, if you're a toxic fanboy that's really upset that Uncharted 4 is coming to PC, you're an idiot.
That's true. There's fanboys and toxic. You're right. Yep.
But at the same time, not that that's not a great game, but like, are there really people out there that are like, finally I can play this?
And
like,
now they're going to play $40 or $50 for it or something?
Yeah, like if you really wanted to play this game, like, I don't know. It just seems weird.
But it's also weird that they're bringing Uncharted 4.
Right.
No Nate Drake trilogy or anything. Oh my God.
That's
the stupid thing. The picture of Tom Holland. I hate that movie so much. I hate Mark Wahlberg. I hate what they've done. But no, I mean, what this does, if this is actually coming to PC, which I fully believe it is, that makes me hope that they are going to reboot it, or they're going to do something different based on how Uncharted 4 ended and everything like that. And you need to fucking finish. You need to finish that game so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
But it makes me think that there is more, like, because Horizon, Well, but I mean, Days Gone just came to PC. Sorry. But Horizon came. Forbidden West is coming out. I assume God of War is going to go to PC next. My third favorite game of all time. I'm not going to be mad when it goes to PC. But that will tell me we're starting to ramp up to God of War 2, 5, Ragnarok, whatever you want to call it. Speaking of, there was a little thing in there that showed a logo for God of War Ragnarok. And everybody's like, oh my God, that's actually the name. Corey Barlog tweeted out. And it was just like, because this isn't like PlayStation. This is Sony. Yeah. This is Sony presenting to investors. And clearly they just found a logo for God of War Ragnarok.
Just Google image search. Yes. All right, use that
That's happened with other presentations and stuff before. I do think that's the name of it. I don't think they're going to put a number on it. I think we all assume it's God of War Ragnarok, but we'll see. No date or anything around that.
God of War Love and Thunder.
Who's Christian Bale playing? Do you remember? He's a bad guy, but I can't remember.
He's a bad guy, but I don't even remember who.
Is he like a Greek god person? Do you know? Or not Greek, Norse?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think he's just like a... I don't know. I'm going to look it up because now I'm wondering.
Also included in this, it was made known that Sony will be making more first-party, quote-unquote, service-led games on PlayStation and other platforms. Sony is dead now, James says. This I don't like. I don't want Sony being like, we got to make a Fortnite. We got to make a Warzone. We got to make a Apex Legends. We got to make whatever, insert here, Destiny 2, whatever. Destiny's awesome, so never mind. I don't like this. Focus on what you do well. I know everything they make is third person, and Colin says it all the time. Third person, open world, action adventure games. But they do it better than literally anyone else does. Even though I don't like The Last of Us Part 2, again, complete technical masterpiece. I don't like the story, but I love the actual gameplay. Did you find anything?
Gore the God Butcher.
That sounds freaking awesome. Holy crap. Okay. Are you excited for Sony to make more service-led first-party games?
No. I don't know.
It's not for us. It's for people. I get it.
It's for a lot of people.
And it makes sense, but it just, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Returnal was also described as being a, quote, successful new IP. That makes me happy for Housemarque. Again, whenever they fix this freaking game, I will play it at some point this year. Whoa, I just switched to dark mode. Look at
that.
Wow. This is cool, and it's also something I didn't realize wasn't already a thing, but PlayStation Direct is expected to expand into Europe this fiscal year. I didn't realize the U.S. is the only place that PlayStation Direct is a thing.
Yeah, I guess I never really thought about it.
I just assumed it was everywhere, and that's the reason I have my PS5. So, the standard PS5 will start to break even in terms of cost this June, so after that, they do think they will start to make a tiny bit of money on every standard PS5 that's sold. Interesting.
So what does that mean about discless?
I don't know if that means they're already making money on it.
Yeah, that's what I wonder.
Or it could mean that, because what a lot of people have said is that the actual Blu-ray drive is so cheap, $20 or something, that they're actually losing more money on that because they dropped it a whole $100, but the only thing they took out is a $20 drive. Yeah. It's a little bit different form factor and stuff, but it might take longer for that one to actually recoup the cost. But
right.
We now have 48 million PS Plus subscribers. I think we might have already heard that, but I wasn't sure, so I put it in here. And Sony will also be bringing some of PlayStation's most popular franchises to mobile.
Time to go mobile.
You think this gives you power over me? That was not bad.
That's pretty good.
Anything you want to add there on the Sony presentation that came out, Schwan?
I think we covered it.
It's all pipes. Next up, I was really hyped for this, and I do have to say I was kind of disappointed. There was a Sonic Central presentation, again, because last week was pretty much pre-E3. Sonic Colors Ultimate was finally officially unveiled. It is coming this fall, PlayStation, Xbox, Switch. It will run in 4K on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One with enhanced visuals, refined controls, and gameplay upgrades. There's also a new mode called Rival Rush. Now, I have Sonic Colors sitting over in that drawer over there on the Wii.
Really?
And I played it a little bit. I don't know how. a lot of the games we got for the Wii, Stacy had a Wii, or Dane or somebody, and they're like, we don't play this anymore. So that's how I got Mario Kart Galaxy, and it might be how I got Sonic Colors. But of all the 3D Sonic games, that was the one that I was like, this isn't horrible.
I don't know much about it, but it seems to be the one that people are like, yeah, it's pretty good. And it's the one that they decided to remake or remaster, I guess. So it must be they're not re-releasing the weird
Sonic 06.
Is that the one? Yeah, that one. So, I mean, that tells you it's got to be at least decent, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the little bit that I played it, I felt like the controls worked with, like, you jump and then you do the target attack where Sonic goes pew, pew,
yeah.
pew, that it felt right. I'm thinking it's only $40. I may end up getting this. Because, like I said, it's the only 3D Sonic that I've actually ever liked playing. They also announced Sonic Origins is coming out in 2022. It's all the Genesis and Sega CD Sonic games. Sonic 3, as well as Sonic 3 and Knuckles, will be in widescreen. That alone makes me want to go, well, crap.
It's just weird. Like, why?
I have the
why
Genesis
those
Mini.
two? Like,
why not all of them? Yeah,
right. But I mean, whatever.
Sonic
I've always heard how Sega CD or Sonic CD is like maybe the best one.
Yeah,
and probably not many people have actually played it. So I would pick that up. Mainly, I mean, I would play all of them, but really curious about Sonic CD.
I really hope this is only like a $20 to $30 game.
It should be.
I mean, this is not every Sonic game ever released. There's no Game Gear games. Not that anybody's really asking for that. But none of the 3D games, like, these are the best other than Sonic Mania. These are all the best Sonic games ever.
Yeah.
So I get that you can lean on that. One, two, three. So 5 games. Yeah, this should be no more than $30. And I have Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection. I have all these games on Genesis, even though our parents threw them in the dumpster. I have the Genesis Mini. Like, I can play these. I think I bought one of these on my PS3, one of the re-releases. I can play these games already, but it's like, I just love it. And, oh, wait, by the way.
Oh, your prop or whatever. Your toy.
I have a new addition to the podcast table. And he is my beautiful boy, and his name is Sonic.
Is he okay?
He's got to go
attached.
fast. He has lots of different faces. Remember how scary Link was when you took his face
got
off?
Some plastic on him.
Oh no! Remember how scary Link's Awakening Link or Link Between Worlds Link was? Oh yeah, his face is on there. I mean, it's stickers on his face. But we have now a new permanent addition because this guy means so much. It was funny. So this came Saturday. Or no, maybe it was Sunday when we were getting ready for the cookout. I was like, hey, Jess, the mosquito killer thing came, and she's like, that seems like a small box for that. And I was like, well, that's not what this is. And I opened it up, and she just goes, and all my kids were like,
wait, so what?
Dad, you got a toy?
His 5 o'clock shadow pops off?
Yeah.
Where are his face attachments? And I feel like that's his face. Like, I don't know what other faces...
I got lots of faces.
Oh my god. What is that? He's like Mr. Potato Head.
He's Sleepy Sonic, Asleep Sonic, Not Amused Sonic, and Working on Something Sonic. And also lots of hands. He's got to go fast.
Does it just pop off?
I don't
afraid
know.
to do it. I'm just going to leave him.
But I have my beautiful blue sun is now part of the podcast table forever. I don't know. I guess that's Casino Zone or something.
Pink bot. That's what it looks like it's supposed to be. Does he clip in?
Yeah, he's got a hole in each of his shoes. You only need to click one. But, I mean, if you just put him on there, he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere, homeboy.
I mean, he towers over everybody.
Yeah, he does, as he should. The video game icon that he is. So, yeah, speaking of Sonic Origins and Sonic's face. I'm so tired. Yeah, we can make some funny combinations here. They also announced Sonic Colors Rise of the Wisps, an animated series coming out I think in like July. And then Sonic Prime is another animated show coming to Netflix next year. Sonic will also be in the 2 Point Hospital games as well as Olympic Games Tokyo 2020. Did you see this with like lifelike human-sized Sonic with a beer belly running around
I didn't
in
see
the Olympics?
That.
It was very unsettling. I was not a fan of that. Sonic Mania, Sonic Forces, and Team Sonic Racing are coming to PlayStation Now on June 24th. And then they close by saying that a new Sonic game is officially coming in 2022. We've known about this since 2019. We still have seen nothing from the game. But it does look like the rumored name is Sonic Rangers, and it is going to be a 3D Sonic game, which was disappointing to me.
I just want more Sonic. Sonic Mania 2.
I thought for sure they were going to at least... It doesn't have to be this year, but I thought they were just going to show a logo with like Sonic comes up, Sonic Mania. Yeah. And we didn't get it. But what did you think about everything from Sonic Central?
I don't know. I mean, it's fine. It's a lot of stuff. Right now, I'm probably most excited about Sonic Origins.
Yeah.
The series could be cool. I don't know. So what is Sonic Prime?
It's another animated series, like an original Sonic thing that's coming to Netflix. I don't think they said where the Rise of the Wisp thing is coming. I don't know if that's Netflix also or not.
But these are both brand new things.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, the Rise of the Wisps, the Rise of the Wisps is based off of Sonic Colors. So that's the whole tie-in to get people excited for the game again.
I mean, those, I guess, could be cool.
I cannot believe they didn't announce Sonic Mania 2. I thought that was for sure.
Yeah. Oh, well. It's fine.
Give us Sonic Mania 2. As good as that game was, I mean, I am like 99% sure they're letting Christian Whitehead and those guys make another Sonic game. Whether it's called Sonic Mania 2 or not, they have to be letting them make another Sonic game and make a 2D Sonic game. And maybe it's taking longer because Sonic Mania was so good because it was like a greatest hits for Sonic 2D stuff with new spins on the levels and new zones. But now maybe they're just making 10 brand new zones, and that's harder. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
Sonic, we love you, my beautiful blue boy. Next up, more reports on the mother-loving Switch Pro. This comes from IGN. Nintendo is allegedly planning to begin assembly of a new upgraded Switch as soon as July, with a planned release date in September or October of this year, and it could be revealed before E3 next month. We are running out of time for that to become true. When this came out, a lot of people were saying it's going to be revealed tomorrow, like a week ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
As reported by Bloomberg, this new console will likely be priced higher than the current $299 Switch model, and the official announcement may happen prior to E3 to, quote, allow publishers to showcase their full range of Switch games at the global event, end quote. This new Switch, which many have come to call the Switch Pro, will be sold alongside the $199 Nintendo Switch Lite model and would eventually replace the current standard model. As previously reported, this new Switch is said to feature a 7-inch Samsung display Samsung OLED display and faster NVIDIA graphics silicon that will make 4K resolution possible when docked to a TV. The higher price, according to Bloomberg, was decided in part due to, quote, pricier components and rising labor costs in China, end quote. While the new price is currently unknown, suppliers, quote, expect the per-unit revenue from business with Nintendo to increase, end quote. Despite the ongoing semiconductor chip shortages, suppliers are confident they can fulfill Nintendo's orders as the parts Nintendo is using are different than those used by such systems as the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. This could always change, as Nintendo itself has warned that it can't make enough Switch consoles to meet demand, and that may continue. They didn't say it here, but I read a lot of people saying that this thing's going to cost $400. And if you're going to charge $400 for a Nintendo Switch, when you can get a PS5 digital, in theory, for $400, or an Xbox Series S for $300, or just spend $100 more and get the ridiculously expensive, like, super powerful PS5 or Xbox Series X. I just wonder.
I do not understand the point of this.
No, I feel like we're
it's
just
not going to be
ourselves.
PS5 level. I think if it's, is it even going to be PS4 Pro level? Maybe? I don't know.
I assume
but
so, because that wasn't that good.
But like Nintendo has never been.
They
the
don't
last
need
time
it.
Nintendo had a top of the line
was the Super
system
Nintendo.
was the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like, it's just I don't know. I don't need to play Animal Crossing in general, but I certainly don't need to play Animal Crossing in like 4K 60 frames per second. Like, in any game, I don't know. I cannot wrap my mind around this.
So James,
especially for $400.
James says, give me a legit 4K 60 frames per second Zelda game in Unreal Engine 5 and I'll get a Switch Pro.
Yeah, Zelda. Give me Zelda. But
again,
Zelda's good enough.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people say Breath of the Wild is the best game ever made. And yeah, we can all say, like, the tree falls down, the branches disappear. There's stuff like that. But that game still, my argument all along has been, yeah, James, that sounds amazing. What I really want, though, is a 4K 60 frames per second Zelda Ocarina of Time remake in Unreal 5.
Yeah.
Then take my money. I'll pay $120 for that game alone. I don't even care. I'll buy it twice. But Nintendo has always gotten literally every ounce of power out of their systems because they know what they're doing. No one looked at Breath of the Wild and thought, man, I wish this was prettier. No one looked at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and said, man, I wish this was prettier. No one looked at Mario Odyssey and said, I wish this was prettier. No one, like, they Mario Golf looks like it's going to be the most fun I might have with a game all year, and it looks beautiful also.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't, it's so weird, especially if you're going to jump up from $300 to $400 for the main Switch.
Yeah.
I don't know. I will say this, though. We're no longer going to talk about any reports about the Switch Pro until Nintendo actually unveils it. Can we agree?
Agreed.
Not like we didn't have enough to already talk about this week. I probably could have skipped it again. Speaking of Switch, the next item on the list comes from The Verge. Is Valve making a PC version of the Switch? Now you have my attention. Now you got my attention. Nearly a decade after announcing an ill-fated line of Linux gaming PCs dubbed Steam machines, PC gaming giant Valve is reportedly trying its hand at hardware again, with its own handheld gaming computer a la the Nintendo Switch. That's the word from Ars Technica's Sam Makovich, who claims to have multiple sources attesting that Valve has been working on such a device. A touchscreen, touchpad, button, trigger, and dual joystick-equipped portable that'll likely run Linux and an array of specifically optimized Steam titles. Especially. That is the one thing that makes me nervous. So I can't play everything on Steam. I don't know about that. Like, I'm not going to play Alex. I'm not going to hook up a VR headset to it, but come on. It should have the ability to dock a la Nintendo Switch. They like to say a la. Via USB-C port also. Ours suggests, is that a person's name? Is Mr. Technica's first name ours? Suggests it could arrive as soon as the end of the year. It appears to be called Steam Pal or Neptune. Wasn't that what Saturn was? Or Dreamcast or something?
Dreamcast, I think.
Yeah. It wasn't Nintendo.
Because Saturn was Saturn. They would have switched Saturn from Neptune to Saturn. I think it was Dreamcast.
Wait. No, was Neptune the 32X Genesis combo thing that never came out?
Oh. I think you're right. Yeah.
I think I am. Valve did not immediately respond to requests for a comment. Could Valve build such a thing? It's absolutely possible. We've written about a recent explosion of portable gaming PCs thanks to new Intel and AMD chips, and while they're still a good bit fatter and with shorter battery life than the Switch, they're getting more efficient and more powerful every year. I've been testing an early version of the Aya Neo for months, and it's been a great comparison for Persona 4 Golden Couch sessions.
So yeah, the Neptune was the thing. Also, fun. Is funnily a word? Because I like to say funnily enough. I don't think funnily is a word.
Funnily enough is a thing. Well, I think
people say it. I don't know that funnily is a word.
Is there a code name Funnily Sega?
No, but the 32X original
was codenamed Funnily?
No, but you may have known this. I didn't know that. Was apparently codenamed Project Mars.
Yes.
No, see, I don't remember.
No, but I thought the Saturn. Speaking of Neptune and changing the planets, I thought if you would have asked me what's Project Mars, I would have said Saturn.
Oh, okay.
Right. We have many burning questions, though, like whether the Linux gaming ecosystem and perhaps streaming games are compelling enough to sell people on a dedicated portable, and whether Valve will do what it takes to make such a system succeed. The original Steam machines failed for a wide variety of reasons, including a lack of exclusive titles and a lack of control over partners that were allowed to build boxes that didn't make sense. But Valve's own hardware game was pretty strong. I poured one out for the Steam controller. I hate the Steam controller. That is the ugliest controller. Look it up right now if you don't remember it. It is the ugliest controller. It was worse when the renders came out for the Stadia Pro controller that ended up being false. They didn't even look as bad as the Steam controller. The Valve Index is still considered the top-tier PC VR headset for a variety of reasons.
What is is it like a touchpad?
That's what I'm saying. It's not a D-pad, yeah.
But they're
Say it again.
But there's like, what's this over here?
That's your D-pad. And then
but there's the D-pad on the left.
No.
What's that?
That's your right analog stick.
But is it a pad?
It's like a mouse. It's like your thumb is a mouse.
Those things terrible.
It is the worst controller I have ever seen in my life.
Also, it looks like a kid's toy. Like the form factor, like yeah, that's terrible.
Worse than the Wavebird. Sorry, James. Are you interested in this?
No.
No? I am.
I'm not. I don't need another system.
I'm not going to spend $2,000 on a PC to play awesome games. But if this thing is...
But what would you actually want to play on this?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I'm pretty happy with what I can play on... I'm pretty happy with what I can play on my PS5. So, I don't know. No, I have no
interest.
The
thing is, depending on the cost and the compatibility and stuff, I don't travel for work. I travel maybe once a year. It's been a long time now, of course. I've got my Switch for that. But I'm at least intrigued by the idea of a Valve-backed portable Switch PC gaming machine.
I mean, I see the appeal of this more than I see the appeal of a Switch Pro.
Yes.
I'll give you that, but I still don't really care for it.
All right, and the last item on the news list, Sean. NPD results are in for April. This is the most news we've had in a long time.
It's been a while.
Number 1 in April. When I saw this, I was like, holy crap. Suck it, Xbox. Number 1, MLB The Show 21, which does not cost. This is all of America. This does not count Game Pass downloads or digital sales on Xbox. So it does count physical. But who's buying MLB The Show 21 physical on Xbox? Number 1 selling game in April is MLB The Show 21. So this is why Sony's like, put it on Xbox. Put it on Game Pass. We don't care.
Yeah.
Number 2, obviously because it beat everything, but it beat Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
It's crazy.
Number 3, new Pokemon Snap. Number 4, Outriders. I'm happy to see that. I'm happy for them. Again, this was the first game where I'm like, I know I've talked about it, but man, I wish I had Game Pass. I'd give it a try. I'm going to buy a Series S, I think. Just for Halo, Gears, and Outriders, I guess. I don't know.
For Craig.
And for Craig. We'll talk about Craig next week. Near Replicant, Remake, whatever all the numbers are, came in at number 5. Mortal Kombat 11 hanging in there at number 6. Monster Hunter Rise, number 7. Returnal did debut at number 8. It was only counted for 1 day in the period. So while I haven't played it yet, I am happy. Like I said earlier, I love Housemarque. They got to fix that game. James, you were completely... By the way, you friggin' nailed it with Colin. I thought you did awesome. And you got to follow up with him on your journey. So I was happy to see that. Number 9, It Takes Two. You got to think that
I feel like we've kind of missed the boat on that one.
Yeah.
You
buy it once and you get a buddy
so
pass.
Much fun.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to...
We can.
I think we should. I think that would be so much. I feel like that has our name
and I feel like
all
it's only like a 2-hour game or something. I feel like we could go through the whole thing in a couple of sessions.
Yeah.
And put it up on the channel.
Yeah.
And then maybe we want to go back and do the other ones. And number 10, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Kevin, the Wavebird is just a GameCube controller with a battery, and the GameCube controller is the best. This is not for discussion. Yet I
will say, I do like the GameCube controller.
Why is the 8 button so ginormous? And then you got the the B
Because
up
it's
here
Nintendo.
and the C, and
instead
then you
of
got
just
these
like
weird.
4 buttons in a diamond pattern and shoulder buttons, it's like let's.
But
do
you've got
something
these
a little
weird
different.
other. Don't you have like 3 weird like fingernail looking buttons that go like?
There's the L and the R.
Right.
Oh yeah, so there's A and B, and then
There's a C direction.
there's a C
thing.
stick, which is just a right analog stick.
Oh,
There's
that's right. Okay.
There's the Y and the X
Okay.
that are
That's what I was
above
thinking
and
of.
to
And
the
they're
right
shaped
of A.
funny. They look like lima beans or something.
Yeah, they're little.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
The
there's
triggers
L and
click
R.
really well, I think.
There's an L and an R, and then a Z, which is basically a R1.
R2 or
but
whatever.
there's just L and R, and they're
Adaptive?
pressure sensitive, I guess. Like
Oh, okay.
you can just push them, and it's like. I don't think they really make that noise, but that's what it feels like. It's like, and then when it goes down to the bottom, it's like, if you like push it all the way down.
Push it real good.
I think a lot of the hype is just because of Smash, and apparently,
But I don't know
it
why
just
you
works
need.
well for it.
That's why I hate these controllers. How can you tell me that the only right way to play Smash is with a GameCube controller? That's stupid.
I
There's
don't-
2 attack buttons and a jump button. Why the hell do I need a GameCube controller for that? I will never get it.
I will give you that, but I do like the controller.
The only time I've actually really held one, though, to be fair, James, was when I got somebody's. Did I get yours? And then
Yeah,
I
my
gave it away.
GameCube.
And I threw it away. Or I gave it away.
Once I got the Wii, I'm like, well, I don't need my GameCube.
Right.
I don't even remember when I got a GameCube. I think I just bought it used at an EB Games back in the day.
Yeah.
For like $100, and then
All I know is Twin Snakes was broken, so I was like, I don't need this stupid thing.
yeah, I'm trying to think of where I got. I got pretty far into that game, and it just froze. And every time I
me, I
loaded my
got
save, I would get
To
there
like
again.
the 3rd area, and it froze.
Yeah. Oh well.
To me, the best controller ever, I think it is the DualShock 4. But I can change my mind at any time. Top titles for back to the news for 2021 in general so far. Black Ops Cold War is number 1. Super Mario 3D World is number 2. Interesting that it's number 2 and it didn't even make the top 10 for last month. MLB The Show 21 already up to number 3, beating Monster Hunter Rise at 4. Miles Morales in there at number 5. Outriders at number 6. Assassin's Creed Valhalla at number 7. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is like the new GTA 5.
It's not going anywhere.
Number 9, Minecraft. Number 10, Animal Crossing New Horizons, which I don't want to talk about for another second on here. Sean, it's time for the wrap up. This isn't going as horribly long as I thought it would. We're doing a good job. This has been a good podcast. Any other week, this first item on the wrap up would have been its own news item, but I just don't have any more breaths to take. Far Cry 6 finally revealed their gameplay, and it's coming out October 7th. Giancarlo is awesome.
Love Giancarlo.
It just looks like Far Cry.
Yeah.
And they said they will not abandon the PS4 or Xbox One versions of this like Cyberpunk did.
No, that's good.
They didn't call them out by name, but
Well,
everybody knows
yeah.
what they're saying. So I appreciate that. This next one makes me very happy. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is apparently getting a, quote, second version in some documentation that came out from 505 Games.
Now, I don't like the way that's worded.
I know.
Like, is it a sequel, or is it we'll re-release it on PS5 with some bonus content? I mean, that'd still be cool, but like, I want a sequel.
Because it was 2018, right? It's been almost 3 years. Or was it 19?
I feel like it was 19. 18 seems way too long ago, but maybe not.
I can look up real quick my Game of the Year list for 2019. GOTY 2019. It was 2019. It was number 4.
Okay.
Behind Link's Awakening. I screwed that up. It was better than Link's Awakening.
You have a habit of ranking.
Oh, and yeah,
Zelda
this
games
was a weird.
high
Shut up.
when you
Well,
said
Zelda's
Zelda was
Belder.
Belder.
Who's yelling? Is that my kids out there yelling?
Oh, I was just trying to feel like.
Trying to feel it.
I was just trying to see if I was hearing rain or what.
Download It Takes Two, friend pass and play with me. James, we may need to do that. That'd be fun. I really hope this is a sequel. This game is
I
so
hope
freaking
so.
good. I think it's my second favorite Metroidvania ever. So I want it to get another one. So hopefully a second version does mean that. With you saying a PS5 version, now you've completely just crushed me.
I just don't. Second version. That doesn't scream.
But that
sequel
could just
to
be
me.
something that was written in Japanese,
Right.
translated
Yeah,
to
yeah.
English. Axiom Verge 2, we talked about this just last week. I'm like, I don't think this is coming out. It's now been delayed till Q3. They did put out a making of documentary of the first game for free. So that was cool. I haven't watched it. This game I want this game so bad. And I didn't even really love the first one that much. I liked it, and it was just like, this is taking
It's not
too
even
long.
like top 5
No.
Metroidvanias.
It's probably my
good.
least favorite. Even though I didn't beat I beat Axiom Verge, but I like Hollow Knight better,
It's
Messenger
below
better, Chasm better.
Super Metroid.
I like Time Spinner better, Super Metroid, Bloodstain.
Zero Mission, Bloodstain, Symphony, Hollow.
Did you say Messenger?
Oh, Messenger.
Time Spinner, Bloodstain.
I think it's in
Symphony.
the Messenger.
Did you even say Symphony?
No, I said Symphony.
Okay.
I would put it around Messenger and Chasm, probably.
I
Like
think
that
I like-
second tier.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine, but
I think it's also
I have high
because-
hopes for 2.
Yeah, I think it's also because how my preference for Metroidvanias has completely changed to where I do like the
Sword.
melee-based
Yeah.
better. So that's why this kind of dropped. But that game just felt like it went on too long. But this, I cannot wait to play. Even if I got to play it on my stupid Switch, non-pro. Dragon Quest III is getting an HD 2D remake in the Octopath engine. This just looks awesome. I will never, ever, 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 ever play it. But my God, I
don't think I'll ever get sick
yes.
of seeing these types of games.
I want one of those Ardo Vision things of just whatever in HD 2D and just put up a bit like a freaking 40 by 20 of just something that I care about.
Yeah.
Metal Gear, like side-scrolling Metal Gear, HD 2D with Rex. Oh, now I'm onto something. Okay. Also, there was a bunch of Dragon Quest stuff announced, but Dragon Quest XII, The Flames of Fate, was announced. It will be a more adult Dragon Quest game with changes to gameplay. This means I might actually want to play it because it sounds like they're finally getting away from stupid turn-based crap.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see what that means. But
all they showed was a logo.
Yeah.
So this ain't coming out no time soon. Dying Light 2, I was shocked this wasn't actually canceled. Finally has a release date, and it's coming out December 7th. The first one came out, I think, January of 15. It was Colin's Game of the Year.
Wow. Was it that long ago?
It was either January or February, but it was 15. He liked it better than Witcher and Metal Gear Solid 5. He gave up on Metal Gear Solid 5 way too quickly. So did you, James.
Wow.
Resident Evil Village has now shipped over 4 million copies, physical and digital.
It's awesome.
I'm very happy. Dead by Daylight is getting a Nemesis, Leon, and Jill DLC, so you can play as those characters and kill those characters. Crysis Remastered, this was just announced today. There's a trilogy of Crysis Remastered games. That would be 1, 2, and 3 coming out this fall. PlayStation Now's June update is a pretty good one. You get The Witcher 3. You get Slay the Spire. Do you care anything about these card games?
No.
That was why I never finished King Knight, whatever the game was called, for Shovel
I don't
Knight.
think I ever started that one.
I liked it, but the card stuff, the card battles was such a big part of it. I was like, you've turned me off. I don't want to play this. Sonic games that we talked about earlier, and one game that we'll talk about here in a minute. Games with gold for June were announced, and woo boy doggy, are they bringing the heat this week? Why don't they just cancel this and just say, look,
you don't
just get
need
Game
it
Pass.
anymore.
Yeah, just get Game Pass, guys. Come on. This is a real title. The first game coming to Games with Gold in June is called The King's Bird, the sequel to The King's Cat. Shadows Awakening is also coming, along with Neo Geo Battle Coliseum. Now, I don't know what that is, but it sounds like it's up my alley. It sounds like it's old Neo Geo fighting games, and if it is that, then that's cool. And then Injustice Gods Among Us, a game that is 75 years old at this point. PS Plus for June, however, is getting, for PS5, Operation Tango. This is one where you have to play co-op. One of them, you have to play with someone else, and it does a buddy pass kind of thing, like It Takes Two. One of them is like the infiltrator, and one of them is, I can't remember the word, but kind of like an overseer. So you're the one that's like looking through a camera trying to spot enemies. Tell me, like, Kevin, no, there's somebody on that hallway. Go back there. Go back. They got cameras and whatever. Seems like it might be fun.
But it's not couch, I'm guessing.
No, online co-op.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be fun.
PS4 gets Star Wars Squadrons. Have you hooked up the VR yet? Because you have to. You are required to.
I'm going. I definitely will.
He finished Metal Gear Solid 5? Damn. Act 1 was a 10 out of 10. Act 2 was a 3 out of 10. If they cancel games with gold, they would lose passive income for people who quit playing but never cancel their subscription. Right, but they're still paying for it to play online, I guess is my argument. Good for you for beating Metal Gear Solid 5. Maybe I was drunk that day.
Maybe.
Also, PS4 also gets... I am so excited for these PS4 games. Virtua Fighter 4 Ultimate Showdown, which...
5.
Did I say 4?
Yep.
Virtua Fighter 5... Oh, because the PS4 screwed me up. Ultimate Showdown, which is a actual remake of Virtua Fighter 5. I said virtual.
Yep.
Virtua Fighter 5. I loved Virtua Fighter 1 and 2, and then I either had... I cannot remember for the life of me if I had Virtua Fighter 5 or 4 on PS2. There's way too many numbers. But I loved that. I traded it in for Madden or something at one point. But when I had it, I loved it. They remade this in the Yakuza engine, and I am so on board. I'm not going to buy the $10 DLC to get the Virtua... Did you see that? You can get the $10 DLC to get all these...
Oh, the old models.
The Virtua Fighter 1 graphics and stuff.
Yeah.
But if I like this, they're probably going to rope me into that. I mean, the game's free. What do I care? And that's also on PlayStation now. It's not even close. I cannot remember the last time it was even
But it's
close.
not even a competition now. Like,
right.
They're going for different... That's like saying PS5 has sold more games than Series X. Like, of course,
right.
It's not even... Yeah.
Are you going to play Virtua Fighter 5?
I'm curious. I was never a big fan. I mean, I guess back in the
you
day
were
I
with Virtua
was,
Fighter
but
2,
like,
yeah.
I just don't like the like it's just so it was so well, like that came out when like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. I mean, I guess they both still are, but like the prime of like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter 2, 3,
right.
And then you have Virtua Fighter, which was just like, hey, look, it's possible to make a 3D fighting game. And I don't know.
I just always loved the way it played. I never played 3. And again, I cannot remember if I had 4 or 5. But I had one of them on PS2.
Do we have 2 on Saturn?
Yeah, it came with it.
Oh, well, then I guess so.
I mean, I've got it now. We did a Let's Play. It didn't go very well. Hold on. Virtua Fighter PS2. Let me see if I can figure out. If they both came out on there, then I'm screwed. But Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution, that's what I had. Okay.
So do they still play the same way? It just looks better?
They play similar, but they've modernized them to where it's not just you're a Kira going wah wah and then wah, bam. I mean, that stuff is still in there, but they're more fluid and stuff. I'm so excited to try it out.
I would definitely try it.
I mean, it's free.
I don't think we need to do a best of 75 or anything, but is that Barkley?
My dogs are eating a plastic bowl, apparently. So that's probably the time to end it. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 200. Wow. So we just went right by everything else. 236. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for hanging in there with us. I know we're putting this up a day late and $1 short for everybody. But we appreciate it. Next week will be our E3 predictions, and then the week after that it may be late again, just depending on what actually ends up happening with E3. But next week is always one of my most favorite episodes to look forward to, our E3 predictions, hopes, and dreams. So come back for that. But that's it for this week. This was a fun podcast. And until next week, Sean, go ahead and take us out.
Thank you for playing.